guys? Welcome back to Undefeated at Locals. It's your boys at it again, Marvin and Edgar, here with another team roster review for Yu Yu Hakusho's Dark Tournament. This time we've got Team Toguro, right?
Yeah, so finally we're getting to the big bads of the series. We're going to be starting off with Bui,
Oh yeah.
the masked warrior. So Bui here, he is the one of the first five-handers they revealed. He's a 536. He says, enhance once per turn, your turn, destroy one ready face-up foundation, build the top two cards of your deck face down, and then he's got form commit. Your next attack this turn gets plus X speed and plus X damage. X equals the number of your face down foundations. What do you think about this guy?
His abilities are interesting for sure, right? The build 2 is like obviously like a pretty solid once per turn. We've seen such things from like Hiroshimos of the world and whatnot. Being a five-hander that like has to have several attacks a turn feels like kind of rough for his form, though, right?
Yeah. So the way we look at a lot of these is we compare him to other characters in the set, rather in the format.
Yep.
He gives off huge Cementos vibes, but his hand doesn't grow.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. You remain a five-hander the entire time. You're gonna have 18 foundations, but
Yeah,
you're still only gonna draw 5 cards and like potentially a lot of just one attack hands, where your form means like nothing, right?
exactly. So he gets one big blowout attack, but like we have ways to mitigate one big blowout attack.
100%.
I think this guy's probably a miss.
Yep. I agree. Miss on Bowie here. Next up, we're going to jam right into his attacks, starting off with one that's just a miss, right?
Yeah,
This is another draft card. It only has EX, guys. I said it in the last video, and I meant it. We're not going to discuss these
yeah.
cards. I'm only going to be negative about it.
We'll go ahead and give you the next one too.
Oh, yeah, this one we got a good one, guys. Aura Slam. Slam, throw, enhance if this attack is blocked, build the top card of your deck face down, committed. This guy's insane, right?
Yeah, it being a throw. So the first time I looked at this card, I was like, it's not that good. I was very mid on it, and then I saw the little blue word down there and
Yeah,
changed my
that
opinion very
opens
quickly.
up
Yeah,
3 mid for 5 throw that probably builds you a thing.
yeah,
Like deal 3, build a thing feels real
yeah.
solid.
That's great for this. One of the better plain five diffs we've seen.
Absolutely, it'll be a hit.
We got his ultra rare after that, Battle Aura Release. It is a charged ranged, enhance, flip one foundation, draw one card. Enhance, this attack is plus X damage. X equals the number of face down foundations in your stage, max 4. Finally seeing maxes on
Oh
these.
my god, it feels so good. This is the power level change that everybody wanted, right?
Yeah. Other than that, the words on this card are actually pretty good. Flip to draw one is a very standard mechanic, but a very good mechanic.
Absolutely.
And then it just giving itself damage feels great. It's a
Yeah.
4 high for X. Feels great.
Yep, I agree. It's a hit. Next up, we got another 5 diff, devastating swing. This guy's a 3 mid for 7. Interesting. 2 eye block. Powerful 3. Enhance if you have more face down foundations than your rival. This attack gains stun 2. How do we feel about this guy?
Uh, it's okay, but I don't like it for the 5 diff slot. It's rearranged back alley with less power.
I completely agree. I think this card is like pretty bad. It like it's one thing is locked behind another thing, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, so I think this guy will be a miss for us.
Yeah. Going right along, we've got Battle Aura here. One diff, response tenacious, flip after this card is committed due to your rival's effect. This attack gets -2 damage. What are you thinking about here?
It's a spam, so like that's probably okay, right? Like we've seen so much damage reduction in the game. I'm just not completely positive that this is like
Great.
yeah,
Yeah.
right? Like we have so much damage reduction. Like, is this the peak of that?
Yeah. So and yeah, it's stun hate. But we have better stun hate in other
I
cards,
completely
even
agree.
on these symbols, right?
Yep,
So,
100%. So yeah, I
uh,
think it'll be a miss.
then next up, what do we got?
We got the 2 diff beneath the armor plus 3 low block. Enhance once per turn, flip 1 foundation. This attack gets plus 2 or -2 damage. How are we feeling here?
So I was initially wishy-washy on this card. I wasn't sure how I felt about it. Then you pointed out that it is just better.
What's the symbol?
What is a symbol?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's true. It is just better. What is a symbol?
Yep,
So
yeah, it's an easier cost to pay and does the same exact effect, right? And what is a
exactly.
symbol is like one of the better cards that we've seen in a Plus Ultra kit. So yeah, I think this guy just has to be a hit.
Yeah. Next up, we have Enormous Axe. This is a 3 diff. It is a weapon foundation, which unfortunately we missed our window
Our
for
mark
that.
on that
Yeah.
one, yeah.
After this foundation is destroyed, build the top card of your deck face down, and then enhance commit. This attack gets plus X damage. X equals the number of face down foundations in your stage, max 4. What are we doing with this one?
I am not loving this, right? This is a 3 diff slot, and like it wants to be destroyed, and that feels insanely bad. We've had so many people in our little community on our Discord trying to talk this card up. I am not down for a 3 diff that would rather be in the discard pile.
Yeah, a lot of our other 3 diffs that we have on these symbols are they're things like excited for
Yeah,
blood,
100%.
carbo loading.
Carbo loading, yeah, we've got there's just so many. Inasa's 3 diff that says draw a card each
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
Yeah.
There's just too many ways to for a 3 diff to be good for this one to be comparable to them.
Yeah,
So we
absolutely.
got a
It's gonna
miss
be a
here.
miss.
Next up,
We got Weapon Clash. This guy's a 2 diff plus 3 high block. It says enhance, destroy one face down foundation. This attack gets -2 damage, minimum one. Also a very cool thing to add to cards.
mhm.
And then enhance, flip, build the top card of your deck face down, committed. How do we feel about this guy?
I think he's pretty good. I think the first part, damage reduction, always nice. The minimum one, like you rarely get there, but when you
But
do, at least
yeah,
you've got it.
100%.
You know.
Now we've got, yeah, exactly. Yep.
Uh, and then on top of that, it's enhanced flip. Uh, when I first read this, I'm like, kind of sucks because you build it face down committed. But I mean, at the end of your opponent's turn, if you know they're not attacking you again, you flip this and get +1 into your attack run.
Yep.
Feels pretty good.
Yep. Absolutely. No, I completely agree. I think this card's a huge hit.
Moving on to Elder Toguro.
Yeah, we got Elder Toguro, our second character from the Toguro team. We have Form. Well, first off, let's get it right. He's a 7-hand size, 20 health character, another 7-hander into the format. We have Form once per turn, discard one non foundation card, choose one attack in your discard pile, and try to play it as your next form. And then we have Enhance, switch this attack speed and damage. If it is your rival's turn, destroy one foundation. How are we feeling about Elder Toguro here?
Um, I his enhance we've seen now on 3 characters.
Yes, we sure have. It there is so many characters that have spooky just printed on them.
Yeah, and then his form, if it didn't say non-foundation card, right? Because what this says is it has to be an attack, an asset, or an action, or I guess a character would work too. But like,
Why are you
why were
running
you doing
those?
that?
Yeah.
Um, to grab an attack. So and like he's not even as good as something like as Overhaul, who plays that attack on non-progressive. He just gets to try and play it, uh, and could check poorly
Yep.
and have discarded a card for no reason.
Yeah, 100%.
Um,
No, I completely
I think
agree.
he's a miss. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's a miss. His enhance is not good enough. It's usable several times a turn, but you're gonna have to blow up your entire stage to do so. So yeah, I think this guy just gets exploded.
yeah. Next up,
We got the first attack. We got a 4 diff +2 high block finger daggers. Enhance if this attack deals damage, draw one card. And this guy is what, a 3 mid?
a 3 mid for
3 mid
6.
for
Yeah.
6. How are we feeling about this guy?
Not great. The low speed on this, if those numbers were switched, if the speed and damage was switched, I'd be better on this card.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
it's just so easy to block that you just block this card. It's not even like attempt, right? Like it is 6 damage. You are blocking
Yep,
this.
absolutely. Yeah, 100% is the easiest block in the world if you're playing this outside of Elder Toguro. So yeah, it's a miss.
Yeah. Then after that, we got shapeshift decoy.
You guys can already see it on the screen. This guy's a miss.
Sure it is.
Powerful 3 is not a real enhance.
Sure is not. Uh, After that, shapeshifting impalement. So this one's actually really exciting. It's an Echo Fury. Enhances if this attack was played from anywhere other than your hand, your rival loses 1 health, and then enhance if this attack deals damage, gain 2 health.
Yeah.
Pretty good, I think.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think this guy is a super, super sick UR. as are most of them in
Yeah.
this format, right? It has Echo, which is super crazy.
Yeah, I forgot to even mention that it's a 7 mid for 3.
Yeah.
You're not blocking this,
Yep.
rather, if you do, you're paying a
A
lot
lot.
for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very down for you to block a 7 mid for 3 twice.
Yeah, yeah, and if it deals damage, you gain 2 health is
Yeah,
pretty
just
good.
really good. Yeah,
So all around, I think this was going to be a hit.
I agree.
We got next for him.
We got another 3 diff running into the format here. Surprise daggers. We got a +2 low block, breaker 1, enhance mill 2. This attack gets +1 speed for each copy of surprise daggers in your discard pile. And enhance mill 2. This attack gets +1 damage for each copy of finger daggers in your discard pile. How are we feeling about this guy?
Uh, Surprise daggers, it does the same thing that a lot of 3 diffs do, which say you want to play this, or you want to see multiple copies of this all over the place. I'm
Yep,
not the biggest fan of it. Especially needing surprise daggers and finger daggers to get both effects to go off. I think this one's a miss.
I agree. I very much agree. I think this card is pretty bad.
Moving on.
Jamming into his foundations.
First up, we get his 1 diff Adaptable Anatomy with a +2 mid block. It says response flip. After you completely block an attack, it deals no damage.
Card's insane, right?
Yeah,
This card is just like a 1 diff worse wall cling, but it's a 1 diff, so
yeah,
it can be worse wall
yeah.
cling.
Wall Cling is a 2 diff that checks a 4. This is a 1 diff that checks a 5.
Yep, yeah, exactly. It's
And
a
I'm pretty sure Wall Cling has a bad block mod on it.
yep, it sure does. Yep, 100%. So yeah, no, this card is just a hit.
Yeah.
Absolutely solid all the way around. Next up, we got another 1 diff. This guy's sporting a 2 low block, has a static, arrogant fighter. After this foundation is destroyed, seal 1 rival foundation, and then enhance mill 1. How are we feeling about this guy?
I don't like it. I don't understand this card at all. It's a spam that wants to be destroyed to seal a rival foundation. That's interesting. Like obviously El Toguro gets it, but the enhanced mill 1.
I have no idea. I don't know what they were thinking about this card. Just 100%. What is he milling 1 for? I guess to like find his form ability.
Yeah.
That just does not feel good. It doesn't feel themed at all, and yeah, no flavor points, and it's a miss mechanically as well.
Yep.
Next up, another 2 diff. We got 2 mid block deadly ruthlessness. Enhance check 4. If this attack deals damage, your next attack this turn gets +1 damage. How do we feel about this guy?
Um it's all right, but I don't like it. The check 4, first you have to check a 4. If you check a 3, you have to commit 1 to get possibly 1 damage because your attack has to deal damage to get your next +1 damage. You're paying
Absolutely.
so much for this on a 2 diff even.
Yep, that may not ever like come up, at least not when it matters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cancelable. Like your opponent can just say no to this card whenever they want, and
Yep.
then sometimes they're making you pay for it.
Yep, absolutely.
Next up, we have Immortal Shapeshifter. This is a 2 diff with a +3 high block. It says response, check 5. After 1 or more of your foundations are destroyed, gain 1 health, and then enhance, destroy 1 foundation. This attack gets +1 damage. How do you like this guy?
I love this card so much on a personal level and just on a mechanic level. Recovery Girl is going to do so many rude things with this guy.
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, no, it pays for its own response, which I think is one of the sickest things we've seen on a foundation in a long
yeah.
time.
It's so I look at this and again comparing to cards that we've seen in the past heavily played. This is the Midoriya 1 diff, destroy 1
Self
foundation,
sack,
self
yeah,
sack,
yep.
+1 damage. It's the same thing, but also has that
I gain a health.
responsibility. Yeah,
Yep, exactly, 100%. No, it is. Yep, I love this card. We basically, yeah, we got a reprint of Self Sacrifice, which was a very, very needed card in the format anyway. And yeah, huge hit.
yep. After that, we're going to be moving into Karasu's kit. So this guy has a static on him. After you deal damage with an attack, any player with 6 or more foundations destroys 1 foundation. Enhanced, this attack is +X damage. X equals the number of foundations destroyed this turn. He's a 720. What do you think we got here?
I don't think we got much, right? Like wanting to be at this weird number all the time just feels kind of bad. Having to make like after you deal damage with an attack, right? Like that can be much harder of an ability to trigger than people think it is.
Hmm.
I'm just not seeing it with this
Yeah, especially since he's giving damage and not speed to
speed.
anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And he really lines himself up to just be wiped out turn 2 with his health pool.
Yep, 100% before you've even done the thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. So your opponent builds to 6 and then kills you.
Yep,
you know?
yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I think this guy's a miss. Next up,
We got his 4 diff plus 2 high block, Deadly Claw. We have enhanced if you have 5 or fewer foundations in your stage. This attack gets plus 2 speed and plus 2 damage.
yeah,
It is a, what, 3 high for 4?
3 high for 4. Yeah. So if it's one of those things, like you said, early game, this is great. Late game, it's
It's
bad.
completely, yeah,
It,
useless.
it, it needs to be functional in both areas. A 4 diff with a 3 high for 4 is very bad stats.
Yeah, 100%.
Um,
Yeah, and the fact that it completely loses all, it either loses all value or you want to be at 6 or less foundations the whole time, and either of those things feels really bad.
yeah. So definitely another miss here.
Yep.
Next up, we have Deleterious Bomb. This is a 4 high for 5 with a +2 mid block. It's a 5 diff. Range tech, enhance, destroy 1 foundation. This attack gets +1 speed and gains stun 1. Response card pool. After your rival destroys a foundation, remove this card.
Still not much going on here, right? This card, like, it gets +1 speed and gains stun 1 at a destruction cost feels kind of bad. Like, again, like thinking about like this character's early stage feels awful. You're gonna build 5 and then explode them all on your first
Yeah,
turn to actually do anything, and then after your rival destroys a foundation, remove this card. For most characters, that's just never gonna come up, right?
yeah. This doesn't exist in most other characters. They're just running better 5 diffs.
Yep, 100%. It's gonna be a miss.
Next up, we got Malefic Grenade. What do we have?
We've got another 5 diff. This guy loves his 5 diffs. We got a +0 low block.
+0 low block,
Pretty
yeah.
solid. Range tech, enhanced, discard 1 momentum. This attack gets +3 speed. If it deals damage, your rival destroys 1 foundation. On a 4 mid, 4/5. What do we think about this guy?
Again, it's just not good enough. It's another 5 diff in his kit that
Yeah,
he needs to have a momentum for. It gives itself speed, but like it's a mid, so 7 speed for 7 mid for 5. Like
yeah, yep.
people will find a way to block this because it's going to be the first card you play or the
100%.
second
Yep.
card you play. It's just a miss.
Nope, I agree. Yeah. And like it's not even targeted destruction. Like even if it hits, I'll just destroy it face down. Not good.
Exactly.
Next up, we got all of the URs are insane in this set. We got a 4 diff, 2 mid block. This guy's repping a 4 low for 3 trace eyes. Ally and echo, ranged attack. Enhanced, you may destroy 1 foundation to pay for this attack's echo cost. What are we feeling here?
I think this is, thank God they gave him a good attack.
Yeah,
This is a crazy attack though. Like this is crazy good. The fact that you don't need a momentum to be able to play its echo is huge.
absolutely.
It's a 4 diff, 4 low for 3. Like again, the stats are kind of bad, but like it's an echo. It's going now your opponent has to play 2 low blocks in a row
Yep,
in
100%.
order to nil off all the damage. I think this guy's great.
No, I agree. Huge hit. Huge hit always.
Moving into his foundations, we've got Demon Energy Manipulation. This is a 2 diff with a +3 low block. It says after this foundation is destroyed, your next attack gets -1 difficulty, and then enhance commit. That's as a static, and then enhance commit. If you have 6 or fewer foundations in your stage, this attack gets +3 damage. What are we doing with this one?
After this foundation is destroyed, your next attack gets -1 difficulty. I'm not entirely sure on this guy. The commit cost for again having 6 or fewer foundations in your stage just does not feel good, right? Like again, this
Yeah,
is only good for early game for most
it is
characters.
reverse deadlock. The further you build in, the
Yeah.
less abilities you
Yep,
have.
and that feels so bad in our card game. Like again, like this will be good for your turn 3, maybe even your turn 4. Anything after that is actually an unusable 2 diff.
Yeah, so probably a miss there.
Yeah.
Next up,
We got a 1 diff, frightening, calm, +3 high block, checks a 4, enhanced, destroy 1 foundation. This attack gets stun 1. How are we feeling here?
so for a spam, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Again, we said destroy for +1 speed stun 1 was bad, but this one, like, it's just a spam. Like, it also turns to pass checks.
Yep,
That makes it
absolutely.
much better. So as far as spams go, I could see him doing much worse.
Yeah, I agree. One diff that gains stun 1, you can blow up like your entire stage on your kill turn. Feels pretty solid.
Yep. Moving on, we have Unsettling Aura. This is a 2 diff with a +1 mid block. It says Enhanced Commit. This attack gets -2 speed. If you have 6 or fewer foundations in your stage, this attack gets -3 speed instead. Um, again, again with the 6 or fewer
Yeah, yep.
foundations.
Like these are I get it. They tried to theme all of his kit to him. I don't know how in the world does a seven-hander want to be at 6 or fewer foundations actually ever?
Yeah.
I've had seven-handers build 6 foundations on their first turn against
Yeah,
me.
I think the saving grace on this guy, right, is it is effectively equivalent
Yes, well,
to
-2 speed, thankfully, is just good,
yeah,
right? Like you're giving it -1 speed.
yeah.
Sometimes that's good enough.
It's specialized sound waves on an enhance
And in early
speed,
game, it's yeah,
and it's got a
exactly.
+1 mid block instead of the plus
Yep.
three
Yeah, I
low.
completely agree. At least it's not
So
completely locked behind
I,
6 or fewer.
you're definitely going to see this guy. We're going to make this one a hit for
But yeah,
sure.
I
But
don't know why these 6 or fewers exist. Such a
yeah,
weird mechanic.
especially since late game, you want that three.
Yeah, you want the -3 speed.
Yeah. Uh, what do we got next?
Up next, we got what is last foundation, right? 2 diff +2 high blocked warped pleasure. This is his unique. Enhance once per turn, your turn. Players with 6 or more foundations destroy 1 foundation. And then enhance if your rival has 10 or less health, your attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage. How do we feel here?
Um, so the I actually like the once per turn your turn, uh, because there's no cost to this. You just say the words and it happens.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if you're at 6 and your opponent at 7, you bring them down to your level. That's actually pretty decent.
yeah.
Enhance if your rival has 10 or less health, your attack is +1/+1. Again, since there's no cost to this,
Yeah, it's
it
just free.
empowers your kill turn
Yeah,
by
100%.
huge amounts.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a huge hit. You will definitely see this played.
Last but not least, we're moving into the younger Toguro brother, which has been building up a lot of buzz.
Oh yeah, this guy's the talk of the community. What are they calling him? Toguro Grande.
He's got
Andrew came up.
nicknames.
Yeah. Andrew looked up every word, like every different word for the word large in different languages, I think, and posted every single one of them.
So what do we have here?
We've got younger Toguro. This guy is a 6-hand, 32 health. We're back, guys. We love our 6-handers with 30 plus health. They knew that. They did it for us. We have response once per turn. After your attack resolves, build it face down. Your rival builds the top card of their deck. So yeah, we've got coordinated effort heading back into the format. And then enhance, your attack gets plus X damage. X equals half the number of foundations in your stage. Rounded down. They learned the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
We're rounding down. How do we feel about this guy?
So funny story. The first time I read this character, I had
He
just
was
woke
way
up.
more busted.
Yeah, I just woke up. I had to get to work. I'm sitting at work. I read the character real quick. I'm like, that's broken as hell. How did they make that? Later on I read it. I did not realize that it was a once per turn, and I did not realize that it was half foundations rounded down. I thought you could just resolve everything to your foundations, and you just got a bunch of damage, like all the damage. No, that is not what he does though. He is very good. He wears all of his kit wears him very well.
Yeah, 100%. We're like you're about to see probably like the best overall kit in the game for comparing him to the character. So yeah, huge hit.
Massive on day.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Moving right along, we start with his 45% power, just the smallest amount of power that you could possibly have. This is a 4 diff with a 4 high for 4, charge slam, enhance if your rival has 4 or more foundations, draw 1 card. What do you think?
This guy's insane, right? Like
Yeah,
if you're playing the game right, this is a turn 2 4 diff that will draw you a card.
yeah,
If your rival has decided to play the game with you, they probably built 4 and you're just drawing a card on your first attack.
exactly. Again, we are counting upwards now rather than down. If this has 4 or less,
Yep. Even if they don't play the game with you, even if they built 3, they'll have built 4 by the time that this matters.
exactly. Next up,
Next up, yeah, we got another 4 diff, 60% power. We're getting there, boys. We are powering up 2 high block, powerful 2, enhance if your rival has 5 or more foundations. Your rival's checks to block this attack get -3.
Yeah. So this guy's effectively a 6 mid for 5 on a 4 diff
Absolutely insane.
with powerful 2, no less.
Yeah, -3 is such a crazy number to give this card.
Yeah.
Absolutely a hit.
Yeah. Perfect hits right there. Uh, Next up, building power. We're at 80%, guys. We're nearly there. This is a 5 diff, 4 mid for 5. Breaker 1 slam. It says enhance, destroy one rival foundation. Your rival builds the top 2 cards of their deck committed. And then enhance, if your rival has 7 or more foundations, this attack gets +2/+2.
Card's nuts. That you're going by the time you're wanting to play this on curve, you're going to put your rival at 7 foundations,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That is the idea with this card. You're going to bring them from 5 to 7 foundations, and this card is just going to smack them right in the face.
yeah. This
And it's
is,
even good defensively.
yeah.
For whatever reason, they just slammed Breaker 1 on this guy as well. Why not?
The muscle stop the attack.
Yes.
This is like the muscular we needed.
Absolutely. Yeah, this guy's power level is truly insane.
What do we have next?
We're there, guys. 100% power. We finally managed it. We've got a 5 diff +2 low block. This guy does check a 2, as it should, because this guy is a 5 low for 5 with EX3 on it. This says enhance if your rival has 6 or more foundations. This attack gets +5 damage. And response after you play this attack, if your rival has 10 or more foundations, commit their character.
Bonkers.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Like you shouldn't even have to talk about this card. Every bit of text I just read is absolutely insane. This is a 5 low for 10 with EX3. The response will actually not matter because your rivals just they're committing their character doesn't matter when they're dead, guys.
Yeah, completely insane. His attack lineup was hits across the board there.
Absolutely.
And not even just for him. You will see these in
Played
other
heavily.
kits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a 5 low for 10. Like these are very manageable stats to reach, right?
yeah,
It's not just him. People are just trying to build the 6 foundations. Weird.
exactly. Uh, Next up, moving into his foundations, we have Display of Power. This is a 1 diff with a +3 low block. It says enhance commit. If each player has 6 or more foundations in their stage, this attack gets +3 damage. What do you think?
It's a spam +3 low block. Probably like, yeah, it seems kind of all right. The enhanced commit is a little bit rough, but like, it doesn't matter when you're like giving things 3 damage, right? Like
Yeah.
for a spam, this seems pretty fine.
Yeah, and like this is definitely working into his later game, right? Because you both have to have 6 foundations, so this is turn 4 probably.
Yeah,
Uh, Committing a spam, especially since it is a spam.
yeah, yep,
+3 damage on a spam is enormous.
yeah,
Um, I think it's a hit.
and it doesn't flip
Yeah, it
itself.
doesn't
Yeah,
flip. You get to use it again later if
yep,
you didn't do this
yeah. So
before.
yeah, big hit here. Next up, we got Invincible Body. This guy is a 3 diff +4 mid block. This guy says first enhance, remove, reduce this attack's damage to 0. How are we feeling?
I was initially like, this is probably pretty good, like good enough, but it's a 3 diff. It's a +4 mid block. It's a first enhance. Like all of these things add up. It does not deserve the 3. If this was a 2 diff,
Yeah, I could
I
see
could
it.
see it being played.
Yeah,
If it had like a good block mod even, I could see it being played, but with everything, the whole package, it's a miss.
yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, this is a huge miss. This is not the type of damage reduction that I'm really looking for.
Yeah. Then we have another spam. This is a +3 high block called Settling Old Debts. It just says enhance flip. If each player has 6 or more foundations in their stage, draw 1 card.
Yeah, this just says enhance flip draw 1 card, right?
Yeah, it just says enhance flip, draw 1 card. Maybe not early game, but that's fine.
Yep,
You
yeah,
know?
turn 3, maybe turn 4,
Yeah,
definitely. You're going to be at this level for sure.
exactly. So we got a hit there, guys. Next up,
Toguro's Dominance, another 2 diff. This time we're sporting a +2 mid block. It's the Team Card Boys Ally Unique. Response destroy after your rival plays an ability on an asset or foundation. Destroy it! And then Team Toguro and flip. Your rival discards 1 momentum. How are we feeling?
Team Toguro Enhance is pretty viable in our current meta where you have a lot of characters wanting to hold on to momentum.
Yeah.
The response is fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
Get rid of all of those spam foundations that continuously do something for your opponent. We've seen a lot of them, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
Thinking about like release and stuff. If I could have you release and then destroy it,
yeah, that's
absolutely
the last
insane.
time you get that.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, no, huge. and it's only on a tutor. It is unique,
Yeah, as
but
it should
as it
be.
should
I
be.
don't want you destroying my whole board.
Exactly. That's it, guys. Elder Toguro, or rather, younger Toguro, easily taking it away for best kit in the game so far.
Yeah, 100%. Which is like also very, very thematic, right? Like
Yeah,
character was insane in the anime, and he's insane in the card game. This guy is easily going to be in the finals for the Dark Tournament.
yeah. Go figure. Uh, yeah. So that was it for Team Toguro. Look out for our next video coming out tomorrow. We're gonna go over Team Urameshi, the last team in our Dark Tournament set
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Let's see how they face up against Team Toguro, because this was like a lot of hits in this video,
Yeah, it
right?
sure
A lot
was.
of
Yeah.
hits, really crazy hits. So yeah, we'll see how the protagonist fares against the big bad guy of the show. Catch us next time, guys.
Peace.
Peace.